Guys, Yoel Romero is a real one, man. Shouts out to Yoel Romero, man. He was obviously stabbed by a former bare knuckle FC fighter. This was back in 2022. I don't know why that sounded so weird. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2022. Yeah, that sounds much better. 2022. So yeah, as you guys know, well, some of you won't know, I literally found this out a couple of days ago. I was scrolling and I thought, let me do some more research on it. Obviously, I've been trying to get on some websites, but they want me to, like, it's just long, when you're trying to decline all the cookies and all of that sort of shit. But anyways, Yoel Romero is a real one, man. I can see that he's probably, he's one of those guys that, instead of snitching, he'll rather get it back in blood himself, whether that be in fighting in the cage. To be fair, I don't think he'll probably take matters into his own hands, but I reckon if he can get a fight with, I don't know the name of this guy, I'll find it out in a sec, but I reckon if he can get a fight with this guy, he will definitely take that fight, because the soldier of God does not fear anybody, and what an absolute specimen Yoel Romero is. Those of you that don't know much about him, go do your research. Even me, there's hella fights that I still need to watch of his. But the man is a legend of the sport. Obviously, he did get stabbed. I didn't even know this happened. But let's get into this article. Obviously, this is an article on MMA News. I've never actually read any of their articles before. I was gonna go on another news website, but the website was just pissing me off. So I thought, let me go with MMA News. But anyways, let's get into this article. Former bare knuckle FC fighter stabbed Yoel Romero in 2022 incident, acquitted of attempted murder. Shout out to Yoel Romero because he didn't want to press charges. Cool. The Bare Knuckle FC made major signings last week, one of whom was former UFC and Bellator title challenger Yoel Romero. Romero has been seen as a welcome addition to the roster, with hope he will fit in well with the bare knuckle style. What may have gone under the radar, however, is that Romero had a run-in with a man who is no longer on the Bare Knuckle FC roster as of last month, and that incident could have had a bad ending for Romero. Last week, the YouTube account Ragdoll MMA released a video taking a look into the former Bare Knuckle FC bantamweight champion Alberto Blas, released from the promotion, which occurred on June 26. In a statement, Bare Knuckle FC president David Fieldman announced that a pattern of unprofessional behavior outside of the competition led to the promotion to strip Blas of the bantamweight title and release him. There were multiple infractions that went into this decision, the statement read. We will wish him well in his future endeavors. Former Bare Knuckle FC champion Alberto Blas acquitted of second-degree murder after stabbing recent Bare Knuckle FC signee Yoel Romero. While not directly mentioned by Bare Knuckle FC, one of the incidents in question involved a confrontation with Romero that saw him stab the soldier of God with a samurai sword in January 2022. In 2022, I don't know why I keep fucking saying that like that. As explained by an anonymous source in the video, Blas and Romero had gotten into a verbal confrontation at the American Top Team gym. In the parking lot, Blas attempted to strike Romero with his car before retrieving a samurai sword from his trunk. He used the sword to reportedly strike Romero in the arms and hands. Blas was charged in Florida on one count of second-degree attempted murder and one count of battery. Blas, however, was found not guilty on both charges, while the charges were dropped in 2024. A stay-away order of protection 1 month after the incident ordered Blas not to be in contact with the victim, whose name is listed on the document as Romero. Please don't refer to Romero, the soldier of God, as a victim, guys, please. I understand he is a victim in this, but he's not a victim you guys know what I'm saying. Interestingly, as the video mentions, this press release from Bare Knuckle FC announcing Blast release came out hours after rival promotion Bare Knuckle Boxing announced they had signed Blast to the multi-fight deal. Bare Knuckle Boxing president Mike Vasquez recently told MMA News that he questions the nature of Fieldman's press release since it did not come out until after Bare Knuckle Boxing signed Blast. He furthermore claimed that several former Bare Knuckle FC fighters have messaged him claiming the promotion did not pay fighters on time. Blast put out his own statement claiming, while my record is not spotless, I stand by my reputation and wish to call this out for what it is, an insecure individual trying to save face while the company he built and subsequently sold off continues to spiral downward. And that is the end of the article, guys. First things first, shout out to Yoel Romero. What a G, man. Like, you see, the way I've been brought up and the way I've been raised, we don't snitch. Yeah, even me, something happened to me in my life about 5 years ago now. Well, it will be 5 years soon. And, you know, I happen to, that's a story for another day. I'm not going to get into detail because I feel like that story deserves more time and the way I would want to share that story with you guys. I feel like it needs to be, even it can be on my platform, but I feel like my platform needs to be bigger, or I need to go on a bigger platform to share that story. But that short story will be shared one day. I'm not scared to share that story, and I'm not ashamed of any parts of my life. But yeah, I was raised in a culture where we don't snitch no matter what. And I got to commend Yoel Romero for that. Because even me, I'm the sort of man, if someone did that to me, I wouldn't even want you to, you know, get in trouble. I'm going to keep it real. I wouldn't want you to go to jail. Especially being a fighter, I would say, listen, let's set up a fight. And if not, then I'll have to catch you on the road and do it myself. But obviously, you know, everyone's different. Like, it's not a level playing field out here, unfortunately. But what I will say, yeah, cool. I know why Alberto Blas went and grabbed his knife and tried to run over Yoel Romero, because you're a bitch. That's why. You are a bitch. That's what you are. Because you both are fighters. Yeah? I understand why he did it though, because he's a bantamweight and Yoel Romero is essentially a heavyweight. I think he walks around at heavyweight. So he's done that because obviously he knows physically, with his 8 limbs, there is nothing he can do to Yoel Romero. Literally, there's nothing. Yoel Romero will squish him. Yeah, that's the truth. Yoel Romero will fuck him up. That's actually the truth. But I still don't condone that. Especially when you're a fighter. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you guys, yeah? You see me, yeah? I've always been someone, even when I was young, people will tell you this. I don't give a shit. If you violate me and I feel the need to put hands on you, I'm going to put hands on you. I don't care if you're bigger than me. And especially learning martial arts now, that's made it even worse for some people. Because if you try me, if I feel violated and I feel the only way for me to deal with it is to do that, then I'm going to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. But Alberto Blas, you're a bitch. I can't lie to you. Fuck you. I don't give a shit if you see this video. You probably won't see this video, but fuck you. Yeah, because as a man, I do not rate that. And most men will not rate you for that, because you're, especially for the fact that you're a fighter. You guys could have handled that in the gym and said, we'll have a spar. And it doesn't have to be a friendly spar. It can be a hard spar, but I'll be real, Yoel Romero will spank your ass, bro. He will put you out. I can't lie to you. So I get why you did what you did, but do I rate it? No. It's actually stupid. You've endangered the life of another fighter. You could have actually killed him. And if you had killed him, you would have gone jail. There's nothing, like, you would have got life off for murder. There's nothing that would have saved you. What has actually saved you is Yoel Romero, not pressing charges and not snitching. So shouts out to Yoel Romero. I'm going to keep a close eye on this Alberto Blas, because I want to see his next fight and hopefully he gets fucking sparked out. He just seems like one of them fucking small guys. Obviously, I'm not the biggest guy either, but he just seems like one of them small guys that has small man syndrome, that gets angry, and and they have a point to prove, etc., etc. Because like there was no need for this. You've had an argument with someone inside of a gym. You've now taken it outside the gym and decided to try and run him over and now get a weapon. This all could have been resolved in the gym, even outside. You could have had a scrap. Like, you guys are fighters, do you know what I mean? So shouts out to Yoel Romero, but fuck Alberto Blas. I think he's a bitch. Like and subscribe, guys. It's Big Yems. I'll be back tomorrow. Look out for my UFC 318 reaction as well. Like and subscribe, guys, in a bit.